Impact segment tonight on Saturday night. Glenn Beck and I spoke before packed houses here in Los Angeles, and the crowd reacted big time when we spoke about the crazy spending going on in California and D.C. In fact, 69% of Californians now oppose the Obamacare legislation, according to a field poll. That's a stunning turnaround. The question, will California, the nation's largest state, mimic Massachusetts and throw out the liberal politicians? Here now, two ladies who follow California politics very closely, Tammy Bruce and Leslie Marshall. So, Leslie, whose fault is it, first of all, that this state is in bankruptcy? Whose fault? Is it Arnold's fault? His approval rating, I think, is 6 now. Just the Shriver family likes him. Is it his fault? Whose fault is it?
I think 6 is actually giving him a high rating right now.
Yeah. Arnold's not that popular anymore.
You know, this is his fault. This is a guy that said, as inexperienced as he was, you know, I'm going to come in and I'm going to fix this problem because Gray Davis has done a terrible job. We need to recall this, and we're going to hell in a handbag. And it became worse. Now, I know a lot of people, and Tammy might even say it's the legislation. But, and there's an impasse. Absolutely. But isn't that what he came in to fix? Isn't that what he came in to...
Would it be possible, though, for him to fix it, knowing how crazy Sacramento is and how many loons there are there? And, yeah, you know, you agree with that. I mean, come on. Look at some of the people up there. Is it possible for him to get any kind of spending reform done? Or is it he's just outnumbered and outgunned and he can't do it?
Well, I think it's actually a lame excuse if that's what he's going to stand on, because I think it's his job to change it.
But you think it's a lame excuse?
No, well, yes, because he even says now that Republicans shouldn't just, you know, stand on ideology, and neither should Democrats in Sacramento or anywhere else. If they're going to work together, they've got to leave some stuff on the table.
Is that right? Is it Arnold's fault?
I was on his transition team. And California, when we recalled Gray Davis, we did it because of spending policies.
Right. We
elected a guy who said he was a Reagan-esque a conservative. And this is what happens, apparently, when you sleep with a Kennedy every night. Something happens to you.
So you're agreeing with Leslie that it's partially his fault?
It is, absolutely. But we expected a charismatic individual to push things through. What we've seen, and California leads the way in this, that we, in our recall of Gray Davis, said to the rest of the nation, we're tired of politics as usual, we're tired of the machines, we want charismatic individuals to make a difference. Arnold Schwarzenegger did what every other Republican's doing these days. He's going along with who's in power,
right, so
and we want something different.
He did, and at one time his approval was 70%,
yes.
And now, as Leslie pointed out, it's 3?
Yeah, sure.
Something like that. All right, now, is California moving to the right? Are they going the way of Massachusetts?
When we recalled, Gray Davis was kind of the precursor to Massachusetts, all right? When we recalled him, and remember, this is a state that gave the nation Ronald Reagan, and it is also about the way the nation looks at the West. Sarah Palin now represents that independent firebrand dynamic that we thought we had in Schwarzenegger, that we didn't. She's further out from the machine, and that's why the nation's responding to her.
Are you telling me that if Sarah Palin moved to California, she could win the gubernatorial race?
No, I'm saying she's even further west. She'll win the presidency because she's even further west of California.
Itself, are the folks in California moving to the right?
We are independent conservatives generally, which is also recognized as classical liberals. It's the kind of mentality that is even more conservative than people realize fiscally, while being moderate socially. And that is the core of the independent conservative.
If that's true, I don't know how the state got so out of control. Do you think, Leslie, the state's moving conservative, going to the right?
No, because I somewhat agree with Tammy. I mean, there are some areas of Central Valley, San Diego, Sacramento, always notoriously very conservative. And, you know, fiscally, yes. I mean, a lot of rich people out here, and they're very conservative fiscally. But when it comes to social issues, Republicans, they're not with that religious right. Most of them favor, you know, they want gay people to get married. They don't care. Stem cell research, other social issues.
They want gay people to get married. They voted it down. They voted in California, voted down.
Yeah, but that was the religious segment.
No, it was all the folks. Everybody could vote. It was huge, Leslie. They voted it down. You can't say they want gay people to get married. They voted it down.
The argument we're going more conservatives because people gave Schwarzenegger a chance, who was a moderate conservative. It didn't work. Californians have had enough.
You think Californians have had enough? So if I move here, if I move to L.A. and I run for governor against Jerry Brown, I win?
I don't know. Do you consider yourself an independent firebrand conservative?
I consider myself an independent firebrand.
Okay, well,
and I'm conservative on some issues.
All right, that becomes the question: is what are Americans and Californians going to hear? California will set the pace. We've already seen Massachusetts elect a pretty serious conservative. Californians are ready to do the same. You know, the reason we have this legislature is the reason why Obama's in the presidency. It's because we give people the benefit of the doubt. I think now people realize the conservative framework is the only way to go.
20 seconds, Leslie.
Yes.
Nothing to say?
No, I do, absolutely.
Okay.
If you moved to California, you would become governor because Californians
I would or I would not?
You would, because
I'd win.
Californians love to elect celebrities. It's the cult of personality. That's why Schwarzenegger's
I'll tell you, I fire everybody in Sacramento right away. Am I allowed to do that? I don't know, but it would be chaos. Ladies, thanks very much. We appreciate it. Pleasure.